And I understand why some people are so condescending about it. Write it down, use a book, put it in your phone. Everyone else on the phone watching Instagram videos, at least you'll be doing something productive and proactive. You're new in the gym, you don't know what's going on, you're looking at all these mirrors thinking, man, how can people that come here be such massive narcissists? But you also want the information, you also want the knowledge to do the right kind of things. My name is Simon Miller, I love lifting weights, that's why I make these videos. Bodybuilding is the foundation of my life, which makes me a massive loser, but I don't even care. I know we've done similar videos to this as well, but look, somebody reached out to me on Twitter at Simon316, they said, Miller, I'm a massive beginner, please can you give me some tips so I don't hurt myself? And I said, okay, my friend, you reached out to me, I will reach back out to you and I will do a video on this and we can talk about it, and that's what brings us here today. So before we get going, if you can hit the subscribe button and hit the bell, hit the notifications, my word. I found out that barely anyone has my bell on the other day. It sounds terrible, but it's true. Do that, and if you give the video a like, because YouTube likes that too, that would rock. But until then, here's 10 simple things every new gym person, guy, whatever, woman, Uncle, Mary Ann, whatever, has to be doing. Number 10, have a plan. Now, that may sound really obvious, but the amount of people I see go into a gym and they kind of just walk around as if they're in Disney World, just in awe of the environment they find themselves in, kind of says to me they don't have a plan. And also, if you don't have a plan, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go on the chest press machine, you're going to do a couple of sets, you're going to do some random rep ranges, and then you're going to be done with it, and then you're going to be doing, I don't know, leg raises, and then you're going to be doing lat pull downs. You're just going to float around like you're in a cloud, and that is no way to be. Whereas, if you have something written down, today I'm doing what we talked about the other day. Today is my push day, and I'm going to work chest, and I'm going to work shoulders, and I'm going to work triceps, and I'm going to do 4 exercises on chest, I'm going to do 3 exercises on shoulders, I'm going to do 2 exercises on triceps, and there's going to be this kind of rep range, and this kind of blah, 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 blah. You will do it, because you will go through it. That's the same as anything. When you have a list on YouTube, we're doing it right now, when you have a list and you can tick stuff off, naturally, your brain is more inclined to finish that off than if you, it's like when you go shopping, right? Look, I interrupted myself. Like when you go shopping, if you just go in there randomly, you don't really know what you want, you end up with like a bag of marshmallows thinking, I don't even like marshmallows. It's the same in the gym. Go in there with a plan. Go in there knowing what you want to achieve. And then when you've achieved it, you can go, hey, I did exactly what I went to do. Now I'm going to go home and eat some ice cream and ruined all of it. Don't do that. Have a good meal. Number 9, on that note, write everything down. Or you can put it in your phone, or there's thousands of apps you can use. And I still hear people laughing at this. Did you see the people in the gym writing down all their stuff? Yes, because it makes sense. Again, we'll use the bench press. Everybody loves bench press. If you go in there and you bench 30 kilograms and you write down bench press 30 kilograms times 3 for the amount of sets, and I did 8 reps on set 1, 9 reps on set 2, 7 reps on set 3, whatever. You have to do that yourself. When you go there next week, you can look in and go, oh, I did 30 kilograms. I did this. This week, I'm going to do 32.5 kilograms. I'm going to do 9 reps, 8 reps, 9 reps. And therefore, I have entered the world of progressive overload and I am getting better at the gym. And I understand why some people are so condescending about it. Write it down, use a book, put it in your phone. Everyone else on the phone watching Instagram videos, at least you'll be doing something productive and proactive. So there's nothing wrong with that. I've done it. You end up with all these weird gym books. And look, if you get really famous, some schmo will buy those books. So you're actually being an entrepreneur. Number 8, eat well. Again, nice and simple. Not going to spend too long on this. But again, I get people, I love them, love, bless you all. But you get in touch and you say, and please do keep getting in touch. You say, Simon, I've been smashing at the gym, yada, yada, yada. I go, tell me your diet. And they go, I have some pizzas and some burgers and I have this and I have that. And that's cool. As long as you're happy, I don't care. But that, of course, is going to negate any kind of serious progress that you're looking to make. Good training and good diet go hand in hand. There is this argument that, diet is more important than training. Nah, you got to do it all well, really, if we're being honest with ourselves. So kind of before you even start, make sure you've got your gym plan in place that we've talked about, but make sure you've got your nutrition and diet plan in place just so that you can be the best version of you that you can be, like Top Gun. Number 7, train hard, train intense, but don't think you have to go crazy. And the way I always like to explain this is, the best way this has ever been described is a guy called Greg Doucette I heard this of, only recently, but I thought that's the best way anyone has ever described lifting weights. Just make sure you go harder than last time. Simple as that. But also make sure you have somewhere else to go. And if you first start, I've talked about this too, but when you first start lifting weights, you're going to feel awful the next day. You're going to feel like you've been hit by a bus. And there's every chance you may think, oh, I'm not going to go anymore. You don't want to do that. So just like anything else you would do, just go into it. Not easily, because you don't want to push yourself, but take your time. Like if you were having your first ever gymnastics class, you wouldn't say, oh, can I do the 720 hand split twists with a flip. That's not a thing. I just made that up. And it's the same with the gym. Pace yourself, find where your level is, find balance, and from there you can incrementally add little things in, and then 6 months, a year, 18 months, 2 years down the line, you'll just be loving life. 6, flub other people in the gym. They don't matter. If they care about you, they're an asshole to begin with, and if they do give you any shtick, know that they've given every single person that's ever walked in that gym some shtick, and everybody thinks they're a massive douche. It's one I like to throw in there because I know certain people are intimidated by the gym and understand why. There's so many assholes in the gym. I close my eyes, I'm so mad. There's a guy in my gym that will lift shoulder, whatever you lift is cool. I don't judge you for that, but he's lifting 18 kilograms, which is not a huge amount of weight, and he shouts so loud, if you're over the other side of the gym, you can hear him. And he only does this because he wants people to look at him. I can't stand it. And again, sometimes he gives me the eye. I just ignore him. I don't need to worry about that guy. He's a jabroni, he's a Poindexter, he's a moron. So go in there for you, ignore any shade that you're getting. Know that that person must have zero self-esteem, and that when you start massively achieving goals, you can look at him and just flex like, yeah. Number 5, form over strength. I mean, even advanced lifters do this. If your form sucks, what is the point? It doesn't matter if your form kind of dips a little bit towards your higher rep range, or if you're doing a superset or a drop set, that's not so bad, or partial reps, and you're only doing half the rep, or 3/4 of the rep, or a quarter of the rep, whatever what you want to do. But just use that as a starting off point. Form is more important. So again, we'll use the bench press. That seems to be our thing. Nice and slowly up. Make sure you squeeze that chest, those pecs, feel it, and then nice and slowly down. Take advantage of that negative rep. While there is, depending on your training, there is certainly an argument to do other things. We're talking about people that are first starting out. No one actually cares how much you're lifting in the gym. They don't. If you do get to the point you're doing strongman stuff, idiots like me will look and go, oh, look how much he's lifting. But I'm impressed with it. I never look at someone doing 2.5 and go, I don't care. Good for them. They're in the gym. 1,000 times better than not being in the gym. So anything that you're going to do, just remember, form. Take it slowly. Let the muscle work. Don't go quick. And that is how you will get the most out of it. Number 4, keep going. Keep going to the gym. Make sure you're incorporating your rest days, of course. But this isn't, it's a marathon, not a sprint. The most boring cliche in the world, but it's true. I didn't really see any kind of massive change till 5-6 years. And that does absolutely stuck. I mean, I started really, really young. I was like just a teenager when I started going. But you may be different, you don't know. But just keep in the back of your head that this stuff may take a little while. And that does blow because after a while, you do want to bang your head against the wall. But if you stick to it, and again, you've got your plan in place, you've got your diet in place, you've got everything in place, sooner or later, you will start seeing progression. You will start seeing achievements and goals and veins and muscles and all of that, and then you'll be happier. But don't go for a month, 2 months, even 6 months and go, nothing's happening. It is happening. It's just taking a while to show. And also maybe at that point, you just need to change things up a bit. And that's when you can come watch videos like this or read things on Google or go to YouTube, do whatever you want, and find a new path that works for you. And on that note, number 3, don't beat yourself up. You're not going to turn into Arnold Schwarzenegger overnight or whoever your inspiration is. I mean, you may do. Everybody's different. But you are going down your own path. Because don't forget, we're going to get a bit silly here, but I do agree with this. The gym isn't just there to make you look good. It's there to make you feel good too. So while you may not be 6% body fat and 240 pounds, if mentally you're feeling better, if you enjoy going, and if you're enjoying the endorphin rush that you will get, then hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Isn't that worth, shouldn't you be appreciating in that rather than annoyed that maybe your weight hasn't gone up, your weight hasn't gone down, or look at some blah, 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 blah. That doesn't matter. That will all come in time. Make sure you put yourself in a position where you're feeling positive about lifting weights and everything will be so much better. But yeah, do not quit. Keep on going. Unless, of course, you really hate it. Then you should quit and find something else to do. But if you know you want to go, but you're just a bit like, just don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Number 2, Google exercises you don't understand. Staring at the machine, especially at the rubbish instructions they all have, the instructions make no sense, isn't going to help anyone. Whip out your phone. Most machines have a label on what they're called. Just Google it and see how the exercise can be done. Or hell, just type in best chest exercises or best back exercises and do those. And once you see them, you'll be able to figure out what machine does what and how you should be dealing with free weights and stuff. But the most amazing thing about the smartphone is that you can get all this information instantly. So you're not going to be pissing anybody off because you're wasting time. You're not. You're actually using your phone to be productive in the gym, and there ain't nothing wrong with it. I sometimes walk into a gym and I'm like a machine. I'm like, what the hell's that? I've never seen that before in your life, and you figure out it works like your left hip joint. You're like, I don't really think I want to work my left hip joint. But yeah, make sure you utilize the 2020 tools you have at your disposal, because sometimes it's those little things that we do that give you the extra 1-2% that get you there quicker. And that's what it's all about. Number 1, set small, realistic goals. Again, I think I'm kind of repeating myself here, but it stands to reason. The coolest thing about the gym is that you can set a goal that makes sense within 3 months, achieve that goal, and then do it again, do it again, do it again. And then within a year's period, you've achieved 4 massive goals. And these are kind of teachings and leanings and education you can actually take into the real world too. That's what I did. I thought, when I saw that that's how the gym worked, I thought I'd try it in my real life, and oh my word, it works there too. But don't go in there thinking you're going to go through this 180 change in a few months, in a few weeks. As we've already touched upon, it does take some time. So be realistic with yourself. Be realistic with the situation you find yourself in, and that will just give you more motivation to keep going. Because if you say, I want to put on 2 pounds of muscle in the first 6 months, definitely easy enough, and you get there, that's far much better than say, I want to put on 14 pounds of muscle in the first 6 months, never doing it, and feeling like you've let yourself down. So there's nothing wrong with constantly putting these in, and it doesn't have to be that specific either, or that vague, I should say. You can say, again, you're doing your 30 kilogram bench press, and you say by the end of March, I want it to be a 35 kilogram bench press for this many reps. Cool, write it down in your book. See how you're going to get there. Progressive overload. We talked about it 1,000 times. That is the best way to keep you interested. You turned it into like a mini challenge with yourself, which is basically what the gym is. I mean, the gym is just, hey, you see that weight? Pick it up. Right now, pick up a heavier one. It's like, that's the silliest concept I've ever heard. But for some reason, it absolutely rocks. So, come up with a foundation and structure that's going to keep you interested, and you'll be a gym goer for life. And that is that. That's the video. 10 things that hopefully will help you out. Again, please do subscribe. Please hit my bell. You know what I'm talking about. Like the video, share the video, leave me a comment below. I have a Patreon, patreon.com/Simon316. There's a link in the description. Without that, these videos wouldn't exist. And I see you on the other side.